Thank you guys for being here. I'm obviously not the normal host you guys normally see on here. My name is Meaty. Welcome to the Evolve episode 4. We have a couple different things we're going to be talking about today. We also have a guest as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started here in just a second before I mess up my words. So we do have Wolf right over here. It's going to be talking about some tech news.
Hey everybody, VR's moving so fast this year, and I have so much I'm excited to talk about today. Also, I don't remember this guy being a cat. Something's changed.
Maybe a
I think
couple
it's her
things.
hair.
Do you think? I got a little cut. Alrighty. And our next person's going to be talking about something as well is Lyra right over here with some game reviews.
Hello, yes. I'm so excited.
And then lastly, we don't really have them here at the moment due to a rain dance. However, we do have K-Run. Instead of them being here, we do have a video for them as well. And lastly, of course, not the least, we do also have our guest Parzeval right next to me.
Hello.
And to get started with everything, we're going to start with Wolf with the tech news.
So today I have a lot to talk about, but I'm going to start with some smart glasses. So there's a new smart glasses from Meta that are in development that was showcased recently. The code name for it is Hypernova, which is different from the Orion one from last year, and it's developed in partnership with Ray-Ban, like the previous one. So this one has one screen for each eye in the top of the line model, but in the cheaper model, there's only going to be one screen on the right-hand side of the eye, and the display is going to be on the bottom corners of the glasses. So it's not going to be in the middle, and it's not going to be the entire screen. It's also an actual display, not a projected display. The other smart glasses that are coming soon are from Google, and they are using the same Android XR platform as the Project Muhan headset from before, and they're rumored to launch near the end of 2025 or the start of next year. This one, of course, has Gemini AI integration and is developed in partnership with Samsung. The compute for this one is different though, because it's handled off of the device. So you will be plugging in or using a wireless device on the neck to talk with the phone, to talk either with your phone or you can talk it with the glasses themselves. And they have a centralized and projected dual display. So this is not an actual display. This is a projector projecting onto the glasses. Now, this next topic, I've heard of having butterflies in your stomach, but what about having them on your body? So these are SlimeVR's new line of trackers. These are called butterfly trackers. These are official slime trackers. They have not been released. They have been announced. They've been announced yesterday, and the release period is predicted to be on the 2026 of March. March 2026. They're based on the small slime designs that I talked about on the last episode, and there are some specs for the device, but it is important to know that these are not finalized, and these are just the preliminary specs, so what we know now and what is on the crowdfunding page. So these use dedicated wireless dongles. These are similar in design to Tundra and Vive trackers, and they don't talk over the Wi-Fi anymore. It is directly to the dongle. The system that they use is different though, because they use enhanced shock burst or ESB to talk to the dongle, which is basically a better version of Bluetooth. And these dongles, as a benefit, don't share the same interference problems that SteamVR dongles tend to have. For example, them freaking out when you put them too close to each other or on a USB 3 hub or port, which is great. The dongles themselves can support up to 10 slime trackers paired per dongle, but there is some more testing required to see what are the actual final limits of how many trackers can be paired to a dongle. They also have a professionally tuned antenna, which is designed specifically for small devices, which allows it to have over 10 meters worth of tracking range from the dongle itself. The trackers have Velcro on their backs, which allow them to be attached to straps, clothing, anything pretty easily. But there are different attachment methods that are currently being planned in their development. The tracker itself can also be folded on top of itself if you, for some reason, would like less length and have more height in exchange. For example, if you're mounting it on your hand, you might find it more comfortable to use the folded design style as opposed to opening it up like a butterfly. There is a 24-hour battery life on a full charge when it's in use. It definitely uses less battery when it's idle, so the less you move, if you're, for example, sleeping in VR, it is going to last longer than 24 hours. And the actual charge time from an empty battery to full is going to be 1 to 2 hours. Currently, it uses the same IMUs and magnetometers as the official trackers, but this may be subject to change as the trackers develop. The tracking rate is variable. It goes from 1 Hz when it's not in motion and it's idle, all the way up to either 100 or 140 Hz as movement is detected and more movement is recorded. Now, this range, this maximum range, is still in development. So it could be 100 Hz, it could be 140 Hz. It is not decided yet, but that would be the maximum frequency for the tracking data. The size of the device itself is 62 by 32 millimeters and only 7 millimeters high. So it's a very, very small device, and each tracker weighs less than 12 grams. If you're interested in the project, you can back it on crowd supply, but I will note that the funding for the campaign will only begin in September, so keep an eye out for that. Now, let's get into some of the SteamVR compatible headsets. This one is the Pimax Dream Air. It's going to be coming Q3 2025, so relatively soon. We're talking like July and August, somewhere around there. It has a $2,000 base price, and it has integrated Ultra Leap hand tracking and eye tracking. There are 2 options for it. There is a standalone SLAM tracking version or a SteamVR tracking option, and it comes with 2 controllers, weighs less than 150 grams, has adjustable and automatic IPD, 105-degree field of view, and it has pancake lenses, as expected for most modern headsets. And interestingly, a micro OLED display that is 3,840 by 3,552 at 90 Hz. There's also an SE edition, which is half the price. It's $1,000, and it weighs a lot less. It weighs a lot less than the other one, but it has a smaller field of view as a consequence. Same resolution though, which is great. This next headset though comes from the developers of the people who have made the Hartoria X body tracking system and the Flip VR controllers. This is the Meganix Superlight 8K. This one's also coming very soon, and it is a SteamVR headset that is wired, and you might think of it similar to the other big screen Beyond headset that we came out earlier in the year. And this one is $1,000, $900 also, $1,900 with free shipping, but it doesn't have all the features that you probably expect from similar headsets. There's no pass-through, for example, so to compensate, the headset has a design where it can be flipped upward and downward, so you can look in the real world, and I think that's a little bit clunky, but it's just my opinion. It weighs 180 grams, is adjustable and automatic IPDs. It has 102 degrees of field of view and a pancake lens design, of course. Same micro OLED display, very similar to the one in the Pimax Dream Air. However, this does have HDR support, which I thought was really interesting. Now, this next headset is pretty exciting, and I'm sure you've probably heard of it, the Big Screen Beyond 2. This is the second edition of the same headset, and it's also coming very, very soon. They're all coming very soon. It's really nice. There's a lot of stuff coming out this year, and it's going to be another wired headset with SteamVR. It's 107 grams, which is actually 15% lighter than the original, and the base price is $1,000. However, you can spend $200 for an eye tracking module, $130 for the audio module, and $180 for the universal or halo straps instead of the regular straps to come with it. The size for it is really small. It's 14 by 5 centimeters, and it's also 5 centimeters in length, which is amazing. It has an adjustable IPD, but the way that you adjust it is not exactly the way that you do with normal headsets, where it's either automatic or there's a little slider. Instead, there is a small screwdriver-like device that you put in the side of the headset to adjust the IPD. It has 116 degrees of diagonal field of view, and it has a really nice lenses that are purportedly better than the Quest 3 lenses, which is really nice. The micro OLED display is the same as the original, so it's 2K for each eye and 75 hertz, but you can run it at 90 hertz if you use upscaling. However, you cannot do it with native rendering, so it has to be upscaled, unfortunately. There's 3 color options for the face shield that comes on the device. There's a black one, a crystal clear one, which is translucent completely, and a nuclear orange one, which is a limited edition and also costs $50 extra. So some additional notes for this headset is that this one also doesn't have a pass-through camera, which makes it complicated if you need to do stuff in the real world. You can't flip it up and down like you could with the Meganex, so you would have to manually just put it on your head and risk, having problems with the lenses or getting sweaty and whatnot. So I think it's a little bit problematic. And the lenses are also really close to the face, which might pose a problem if you have long eyelashes. However, it is compatible with lens inserts, and there's already mounts for Babel face trackers and all that sort of stuff in the works. So you can get a BSB and you can get face tracking on it pretty much instantly. I've also heard that the audio strap is okay, but it's not as good as something like the Valve Index's audio strap. So if there's some option to get an Index audio strap and put it on a Big Screen Beyond, I think that would be amazing. But anyway, that was a lot to talk about. If there's any questions about anything that I mentioned today or in general, feel free to ask in the chat or in the audience. Yeah,
I have a
that's
comment.
all I have for today.
I have a
Mm-hmm.
comment. I think it's super cool how you're like saying about all these headsets. I did do an assignment with Meta Technology, and it's amazing
Mm-hmm.
how they can just create the lightest, or they're even in the makings of making headsets that are even lighter. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, especially all this year. Like, I didn't expect to see all of this until it was announced, and it's always getting lighter and then better resolutions, and like it's insane.
Say personally, I'm fairly excited for the actual headsets in general. I mean, I'm a very big VR connoisseur, obviously, with the amount of money I've spent on this free game, by the way. Um, so
It's like Fortnite.
I'm actually very interested in this. I mean, I was heavily interested in Big Screen Beyond for a good minute. My only issue is just the wire. If it had a
Mhm.
wireless option, instant. Whatever money I have, I'm throwing immediately at that headset. They are such a good
And
company. They actually listen to a lot of consumers, especially. A lot of the stuff that's been added to the actual headset, from what I've been hearing, is because of the community requesting those specific features. So they're continuously like looking to see what they can improve on and see what people would actually like. I really, really aligned with how their actual business is working. It's very, very nice to
especially the
see,
lens
especially with
inserts, like I asked
yeah,
them about it, and they said, yeah, it is compatible with eye tracking because we thought of that. It's like, oh wow, people actually
Wow.
care.
exactly. It's kind of insane because, like, for me, like, I didn't realize I needed lenses for my headset for a good minute. I just got a Quest Pro over the past year, and I've used a Vive Pro Eye for the past like 3 years, and I've used glasses every day. Didn't realize that that was part of the reason why I couldn't read in VR because it was so blurry. So as soon as I got my Quest Pro, I got the new lenses. I was like, wow, it's so clear. Didn't realize I needed lenses that bad. So just having the ability to put in prescription lenses on these VR headsets, especially, is very, very nice, especially from day one. Having that day
Mhm.
one is so nice. So you don't have to worry about anything.
Honestly, I
But
can't wait until we get to like August and then all the headsets come out and people are
ah,
like, this one's great, this one's horrible. And then we can
yeah,
finally make a
exactly.
decision.
I mean, personally, for me trying out a couple headsets recently, uh, yeah, it's you kind of need some really good reviews from people that are non-biased from what you're actually getting.
Mhm.
So it's very nice to actually find a couple content creators, either on YouTube, Twitch, whatever, that actually talk about these headsets without a bias completely. So just for what the consumer wants. My personal thing is that I want to see people that actually use it daily. And a lot of people that review these headsets don't use them daily like us. I mean, I get on here for every single day throughout the week for about 8 hours a day, so I kind of want something that works really well for me.
But then the other problem is that like if it's something so new, then you often only have it for like 3 days, and you can like make a decent review on 3 days on a product, but I feel like you need a lot of time to like compare it, to figure it out, to just kind of like experience it. And I feel like it's difficult to do with so little time and so little like background, you know.
Exactly. So it does depend on the person and how they actually review their stuff. For me, when I was doing my review for a couple different headsets recently, I had it for over a week. I tried every single thing I could to actually make it work. So I wanted to actually make it work for myself because I bought it. I'm the person who made it, who wanted it. So it's a little bit different when the people buy it for their own money because then, they give a lot more of a critique over the whole entire thing. The other thing I was interested in what you talked about, those new SlimeVR trackers, heavily interested. If they have
They
fixed a lot of
they
the
literally
small
announced them like
issues,
less than a day ago. I was like rushing.
as soon as
Like,
we're
put
done
that in there,
here,
put that
as
in
soon as we're done
there.
here, I'm gonna pull it up and take a look because I'm heavily interested. I was already interested in getting Slime VR trackers anyway because you can kind of see as I'm going throughout the show, my body just decides to, go the wrong way. I've used 3.0 trackers. I have tons of trackers. I've never tried Slime, especially not since they've changed over the past couple, was it the past year or two? They've changed like the whole UI, the whole system of actually setting them up, having different people actually making the trackers. So I haven't had a proper chance to actually try them. So I want to give it another shot, see how it is. And if the butterfly ones come out and they are what they're talking about, that's a very good option, especially for people that don't have base stations or want to get rid of them.
As long as you can wait till March.
Exactly. We'll see. We'll see about that. Alrighty. So next up is the review for the AMVR.
In the ever-evolving world of virtual reality, every detail counts, from immersive visuals to seamless comfort and reliable hardware. Today, we're diving into two standout accessories from AMVR, a brand that's been quietly leveling up the VR experience. So let's take a closer look at their ultra-fast charging cable and their elegant headset stand. First up, AMVR's high-performance charging and data cable. This isn't your average USB cord. This is USB 3.2, delivering 5 gigabits per second data transfer speeds for smooth, uninterrupted gameplay even when you're deep into high-intensity sessions. And while you're gaming, it delivers 18 watts of fast charging power, so you don't have to worry about your headset running low mid-battle. The build quality is impressive. 5 meters of flexible yet durable cable, wrapped in a premium material that resists tangling. The clever 90-degree elbow not only improves comfort, it also helps manage your setup more efficiently. It's compatible with the Quest 3, Quest 2, Pico 4 and Ultra and works seamlessly with PC and SteamVR setups. The link cable is $21.59 and the upgraded link cable is $26.99. The grey-white aesthetic gives it a modern, clean looks that matches most setups. And with AMVR's rigorous quality assurance, you're getting a product built to last. Plus, it comes with 2 Velcro straps for added stability during use, a small detail that makes a big difference during long sessions. AMVR's cable management systems makes your VR sessions more immersive by minimizing cable pull and eliminating noise. So you can move freely without worrying about tangling or tripping over your headset cords. It uses a silent top ring and pulley mechanism for effortless 360 rotation, delivering a seamless experience without drawing attention to the setup. Compatible with a wide range of headsets, including Oculus Quest, Pico 4, PSVR 2, Valve Index, and others, it secures your cable with a soft, flexible rubber holder that helps protect them from damage. Flexible installation options lets you mount it using either adhesive pads or screw hooks. And the retractable cable stretches up to 1.8 meters to comfortably follow your movements. You can get it for $28, plus you get a 19-month warranty and round-the-clock customer service for peace of mind. Now let's talk about style and organization with AMVR's headset and controller stand. Clean, minimal, and functional, it gives your headset a dedicated space that not only keeps your gear protected, but also displays it like it deserves to be. Designed with a rounded top, the stand protects your VR headset lenses from any pressure or marks, helping them stay in perfect conditions while stored. Your controllers sit securely, and the base is stable even with daily use. It's an elegant solution for anyone who treats their VR gear like a true part of their lifestyle. Assembly is simple and sturdy, with a thoughtful design that balances form and function. Whether you are a VR enthusiast or just want a tidy workspace, this stand adds a premium touch to your setup. Its compact footprint also saves valuable deck space, making it ideal for minimalist setups or smaller gaming areas. The stand is designed with versatility in mind, offering wide compatibility with a range of popular headsets, including the Quest 3S, the Quest 3, the Quest 2, the Pico 4, the PSVR 2, the Apple Vision Pro, and more. And it's available for $32, $38. Whether you're upgrading your gear or using multiple headsets, this stand provides a secure and stylish fit, ensuring your devices are always ready for your next VR adventure. After spending some time with the AMVR accessories, I've got to say I'm genuinely impressed. The cable management is sleek and does a fantastic job keeping my playing area clutter-free, which really enhances immersion during intense VR sessions. It's also surprisingly easy to install. I had it all set up in minutes. One of the best parts is obviously the charging cable itself. It works flawlessly to keep my headsets powered while I play, which means I'm no longer limited by battery life. I can now jump into long VR sessions without having to worry running out of juice, and that, my friends, feels great. And the stand, it looks great on my desk and keeps my headset and controllers safely stored while I'm not using them. It feels sturdy, well designed, and adds a nice professional touch to my setup. Honestly, these small upgrades made a big difference to my daily VR experience. It just feels more organized and enjoyable overall. AMVR continues to impress with accessories that combine performance, design, and practical value. Whether you need fast, stable connections or a stylish way to showcase your gear, these products hit the mark. Links to all the products are in the description below, and you can also go check their website, vrchat.com.
Alrighty, and thank you very much for that video. I actually didn't even realize this, but I actually used those same exact pulleys for my actual cable before when I swapped to from my Vipro Y before. So great, love it. Great products actually too. Next up, we're going to be talking about some VR game reviews with Lyra.
Hello guys. I'm going to be talking about, oh gosh, how do I say this? There's a lot of indie games that came out this year. Well, some of them, they show the trailers towards the end of December, but I did not know that this game was VR, and trust, when I actually play the game, at first it doesn't look, they had the demo out, and I thought maybe I'll try playing that. And when I realized about a week ago they released the Outside VR, and yeah, it is. I'll let the clip play because I think that's gonna explain for itself there. All right, yeah, the thrills. I love it. But no, on a serious note, this game, even if it wasn't originally a VR game, it left me speechless. Yeah. Out of Sight VR, an adventure puzzle game with a mix of psychological horror. I love psychological horror, by the way. It's not your typical horror game, but you know, this one you play as a teddy bear instead, and you control the little girl, her movements as she sets you down around the area. And with her desperation to leave, there are things in the shadows that lurk. And what I'm trying to say is, you're not alone. And if something walks to you in a certain manner, I want you to run and hide. I mean it. I had moments when I was sweating and I held my breath and I was on the verge of giving up. I was like, I can't relate this. I can't do this. And the fact that entities, shadow children's, and tall figures that are taller than me in the room, everything's taller than me in the room, appear of the moment I step on something, I move or I just walk in a room, I have to just look all over 360 view. Back to as the game dev aspect, the darkness and the lighting of the game starts to change, and I feel like the mansion, and well, damn, it's a really big mansion, by the way. From atmospheric dust to creaking sounds of old wood and ambience in the wind, I just wanted to find the exit. That's all I actually really wanted. Honestly, I don't even know how I even made it out and I survived, but I did. with every second and moment, even as a teddy bear, and seeing the different angles and perspective of every scene in game was amazing but terrifying. I'll be like, oh wait, I'm right here, but she's over there, but I'm controlling her, but I'm sitting right here. But having to worry about two different perspectives at the same time is already challenging and scary for me. It never occurred to me that every detail and everything that I did changed my environment and would affect, the tall figures that are after me and the puzzles itself. So wholeheartedly, I am in love with this game. It gives me as the player the choice to make a difference. I love games that give players endless choices. I love making my own decisions sometimes. However, I just think this game is very it's scary, but it's good. It's not I'm not in a corner where I'm like, oh my god, something. I am being chased, I will say. But now, aside from the gameplay and my personal feelings with this, the frames and textures of this game were spot on. I felt like even as playing as PC, it was good. Assuming some of you can tell, the whole game itself gives off the feeling of Little Nightmares, and the pacing of this game is just right. The puzzles aren't complicated, so you don't have to have a headache sitting there or searching up a walkthrough. It's just like moving things from left to right. The camera work in the games are easy and light on the brain. I do get motion sickness, but this game didn't give me that. As for compatibility, the game officially releases as of May 22nd on Steam, and it's available for early access right now. So you can actually play it as right now, whether PC or VR and other platforms. However, as for Quest users, this game is coming to Quest and for PC VR very soon. So stay tuned on the lookout, and I will let you guys know soon as well. So go and get scared.
Honestly, that game looks amazing. That actually looks really, really fun.
It looks just like
I
that.
love horror games. I love those. I love getting scared, but not just jump scares. Like just constantly just like throwing stuff at me. Truthfully, I really do hate those type of games because I don't want to just, sit in a corner and be scared, not wanting to move the entire time, but I want
Yeah.
something to like force me to like keep going, of course. So getting chased, perfect amount instead of just throwing up there.
I don't know if you'll like it. I mean, like, it's really good if you like psychological horror and if you like mystery, especially that scene where, well, I don't even know how to say it. Me, her, I'm the teddy bear. I put myself down as the teddy bear, and then suddenly the entity grabs me as the teddy bear, picks me up, and is chasing me, and I'm like controlling her too, and I'm like, what am I doing? Let go of me.
This sounds really, really interesting, though. I like the idea of switching perspectives all the time, too. Like, you don't see that too often, especially for a VR game.
Yeah.
I like that it's sort of like an interestingly confusing mechanic. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, as soon as you start playing, you're gonna be like, "Oh wait, look out, look out! Oh wait, that's me! Wait!"
Yeah.
At some point, you're gonna be like, "Yeah, I get it now. It's all coming
I mean,
together."
even when I was trying to explain like how the mechanics work, just looking at it from the point of view, it's hard just to explain what's going on without playing it.
Mhm.
I was
One of
about
those
to
things where you just
say,
have to experience it.
maybe it's a
do
little
really like
confusing in the
this.
beginning, but once you get
and
into it,
that's what I'm
it's
seeing.
yeah,
God, that actually does look really good. I'm actually going to add it on Steam right after we're done because personally I need something else to play too besides VRChat. So very good job on that. Uh, besides getting scared all the time, let's go ahead and move on to the next subject we actually have here. We have K-Run, which could not, of course, be here, but we do have a video instead for them.
Hello everybody. Sadly, I could not be present in the studio today, but I have prepared 5 worlds for your viewing pleasure. Let's start with a simple Japanese-style relaxing world, and after that, an all-time classic. Next, we'll move into an artistic direction. Beige is a talented photographer, and their gallery is a sight to be seen. Enjoy. Finally, we have two amazing submissions for this year's VRChat Space Jam. Tonton Demon's asteroid field is a stunning experience with amazing visuals. And then there's Selena's Reverie Serenade Remaster, which tells a griping story. And that's it for this time. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Take care.
Alrighty. I hope you guys enjoyed all that from K-Run as well. I'm definitely adding a bunch of those worlds. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, those are going immediately in my list, and I'm going to go there probably right after this. Those are so beautiful. I love finding new worlds like this, especially for photography or for videography, especially. Uh, it's amazing. I love seeing the creativity from this game. It just ceases to ever amaze me. What's actually going on in here, honestly. I never could do something like that, but I can always go enjoy it. Alrighty. And last but not least, we do have an interview with Parzeval right next to me, especially. So, if there's any questions from anyone in chat, or of course you guys, I do have some questions just in case.
I'm all up ready.
Alrighty. I will go to get us kicked off. So, what was your opinion on the new avatar purchase system?
I have two opinions on that. On the one side, it's it might be interesting as on the creator side. It might be interesting, definitely to have users get an easier access to the avatar themselves. The only downside is that most users are not getting the actual files to edit these in Unity, and I think that's kind of a big problem actually, which vrchat should fix in a sort of way. But overall, it does look interesting. In my opinion, also still experimental, but I see the potential, and it could go into something really interesting with the direction vrchat is going, definitely as well.
I personally really do like the system. I like the ability of just giving more options for people. I know there's a lot of people that are scared of Unity or scared of texturing or anything like that. Just having the ability to do something more creative with your own, virtual self, especially.
Yeah.
Like what you said, I wish there was an option for getting files for a lot of the stuff so we can compete with other services. So hopefully something comes like that later on, whether it ends up being an API push that, gives you a license key to your Discord or something, or if they actually have a file hosting service or something that actually gives us those files. That way we can start ruling out other services or giving more competition for those ones, especially. Let's see. So the other question I had was about your YouTube content. How has it grown and changed over the years?
Ooh, that's actually a really good question. I've never had this question asked before. So, it actually started out really well, if you could say, in 2022, and I think it also got a lot more, vrchat in generally got a lot more growth in that year as well, with the MetaQuest 2, and in 2023 with the MetaQuest 3, and a lot more headsets coming out. SlimeVR is slowly also getting some traction beyond the big screen beyond as well. It did change in 2025. It slowed down a little, which is no problem. I mean, it's VR in general is definitely more in an evolvement state, so we're just having to wait in a sort of sense. But it's getting more pace, slowly and steadily. So it's wavy, but it's definitely steady.
Good. I mean, as a content creator myself, I do appreciate seeing your videos, especially. I mean, I followed you on Twitter for like a good minute too. So seeing your content growing over the past couple of years and what you cover, it's very nice to see. I mean, VR chat in general, or just VR in general too, it grows and changes so quickly. So seeing everything, get better, better quality, and more options, more accessibility, that's something I really, really do appreciate and like seeing in this field, especially. Alrighty. And I have a couple other side questions that weren't exactly on it, but what do you think the future of VR chat content creation looks like?
Ooh. Hmm.
Especially with the Dolly system, for example, because that just came out and that unlocked a lot of potential for people.
Oh, good
Yeah, the
that you mentioned
drones.
that. I think with the Dolly system, I think VR chat content creation is going more into a cinematic type of thing. Maybe more, definitely more in a professional and more, how can I say, complex way of recording videos for VR chat on social media. With the focus with the Dolly system and with all those drone system and stuff like that, I think VR chat could definitely expand on the idea on how we can use these tools to create different types of videos, different types of short films. There is so much possibility now with all these additions, and I think VRchat is definitely planning on adding more stuff like that, which increases even more the idea of what we can use with these type of tools. So it's going to be huge. That's what I can say.
Exactly. I personally have used the Dolly system a couple times. I actually used the camera animation system from another creator a while ago, just based on the actual avatar, especially. But it does work in a very similar aspect, if not more customizable in through VR chat. I like and I love being able to, make my videos look more professional, make it look a lot more seamless, especially too. I just like being able to make it look nice. That's mostly just for my own content, especially. I know a lot of people have, shown their potential with this, especially. Whenever we actually, of course, during Friday right now, there's a lot of videos that came out through the showcase that use the Dolly system or use something similar. It
Yeah.
just made the content look so much cleaner. So
Oh,
being able to unlock a
yeah.
lot of potential with these people does help a lot, especially with it being built in through the platform.
It just
So I
reminds me
love to
of
see it.
so long ago back when we were using like mods and like VRC
Yeah.
lens and all that stuff. It's like ancient Stone Age technology now.
Exactly.
It's insane.
We can
Funny enough,
definitely call ourselves OGs when we say VRC lens.
Yeah.
funny enough, I love that you guys are saying that it's vintage, but I still use it almost every day. I love VRC lens. It just makes your pictures look so much better, and if not the videos too, but I still use it almost every day. It's not that ancient. Alrighty. The last question I had for you was, what kind of tips can you give for new content creators just now getting started on YouTube or other platforms?
Stay true to yourself. Okay, I can say the basics, but stay true to yourself and don't do it for clicks, views, you name it. Do it for yourself. Do it for your enjoyment. And the best advice I can also give is start slowly, learn, 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 take your time, and then slowly and steadily grow into something huge, like a
I
small
love
little
that.
plant, and slowly growing into a tree in a
Exactly.
philosophical way.
Get philosophical with it. I mean, I could have said that any better myself. That's exactly the same type of tips I give to people too. I mean, personally, I've done VR chat for the past 3 years, and I've done content creation both on TikTok, YouTube, you name it, like everything at this point. And personally, at first, it was because I wanted views, I wanted clicks. I was that type of person at the beginning. Now I'm at the point where like I want to do content for myself. I want to make myself
Yeah,
laugh. So doing stuff for myself, I feel like has increased my own quality of work. So exactly the same thing that you just said there. Do it for yourself. Makes it a lot better.
that's the way.
Plus you have more fun. Alrighty. Was there any other questions that was going on either in Twitch chat or if you guys had anything else? What does it say? What do you think about the new VR chat currency?
Oh, the Viace credits?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like.
Oh, well, I gotta be honest, I'm also kind of mixed on that. More on the positive side than a negative side. It definitely has a lot of use. I think VRChat, the VRChat credit system is more so the focus for VRChat creators or for the consumers to use. Let's say, for example, for the avatars or avatar marketplace or for groups. So it's more so focused on the consumer helping out the creator in that sense. So it is good, but I think a lot of people are still like using third-party systems. So
hmm
I think people still have to adjust to it a little, and it also takes a little time to adapt.
Definitely. I mean, I like the ability of being able to support the creators that we actually have through VR chat, both in the worlds, avatars, whatever you name it at this point. Um, I do see it having potential, but at the moment, I think a lot of people are just stuck in the ways of using something like Patreon or
Yeah,
Gumroad or Jinxie. Um, I know they're usually just used to those specific aspects because it's already been worked into whatever they do. But I like the ability of giving more options for these people. I mean, it is convenient. It's super convenient. You click one button and it goes right to whatever you're doing.
it
So I
definitely
like the
has
ability.
potential with the
Oh yeah,
simplicity and stuff. That's for sure.
I definitely like the idea. I personally haven't used it. Um, However, I could see the use for it. I could see the use cases. And looks like we have another question. So why do you start to talk about the bad? Oh, wait, what?
The bad
What
things
the
of
bad
VR
thing?
chat.
I don't think I understand the question.
Like, what's wrong with VRChat? Or like
Like what?
the deep dark recesses of VRChat?
Ooh,
Yeah, the
okay.
deep dark
The deep
crevices.
dark spaces of VR chat.
Oh, I
Ooh.
see. I see.
Oh
Oh,
my
it's because
god.
you can't buy certain things on the marketplace. I see.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
I see.
Well, I don't see the bad VR chat places. Oh no. Oh my god. No, not that I know of actually. I mean, I don't know what to say about this. There's nothing to say, honestly.
I don't really see too much of it. I mean, I know people are people. Some people will treat this as an actual social platform. Some people treat this as a game. The people in it also being part of the game. I know of those type of people. I just stay away from them. I
Yeah.
stay to my own group. I find my own type of people that I can enjoy being around. I use this as a social platform more than a game. I know it's called VR chat for that reason, that I want it to be a chat room. I want to be able to, not really replace Discord, but something of the sort, because it's more realistic of, being able to see you physically here with us. So it feels a lot more real.
And if you still have like problems with someone in VR chat, there's a simple way to get rid of them by using the block button.
Exactly. Or mute.
Yep.
That's my favorite one, especially in public lobbies.
Or hide.
And the next question would be, when did you start making videos and why?
Ooh, I started making videos in August of 2022, and the reason for that is I actually met some of my favorite VR content creator. I think you all have heard of him like twice VR.
Oh
Pretty
yeah.
definitely
Mhm.
should ring a bell. If not, that's no problem. He's a good fellow of mine, and we kind of met in VR chat, and we talked about how people can create videos about VR chat and stuff like that. And it kind of inspired me to create or start with content creation overall. It gave me like a little push and gave me a goal to inspire as many people as possible to make VR chat videos themselves in a very interesting and new way. And that's the whole point.
Gotcha. Love it.
Yeah.
Looks like we got another question from Chad. It was, where did your avatar come from?
Oh, some say my first avatar is actually from Zenless Zone Zero, which is definitely correct. So Kaku. So I think it does
I
have a
saw and
lot
I
of
guessed it.
resemblance. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, wait.
Thank you so much. But actually, this avatar right here that I'm wearing right now is a custom one made by Xetirano. Shoutouts. which is based on the Zenless Zone Zero avatar Sokaku. So it's pretty similar. Yeah.
Gotcha. And let's see what else we got. So we got any projects for the future?
As of right now, not really. More videos. I mean, that's for sure. Shorts probably as well. You know, who knows? Who knows? There's a lot of open stuff of stuff that there's still to be created. You know, so look forward to new stuff in the near future. Yeah.
I definitely will. I mean, like I said, I've been following your content for a good minute, so I'm definitely excited to see what you do in the future.
Thank you so much.
Of course. I think that ends up wrapping us up, unless there's any other questions coming up in chat. I believe that might be everything. So, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for actually having me too. I mean, obviously, I'm not the best host for this, but
You did so well.
thanks. My pity cup of coffee that might help me. But thank you all very much for being here. I mean, this was the 4th episode, so we'll see what goes on in the future.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was nice to see you guys. Bye bye.
Oh, I need my Sprite.